With the Colorado Buffaloes hoping to make a little bit of history going into Arrowhead Stadium, the Kansas Jayhawks had a different type of history making on their mind. Want to find out what it was? Stay tuned to find out on Gridiron Gab Triple Option. Welcome back on. Welcome back, all you gabbers. Thank you so much for joining us for another edition of Gridiron Gab Triple Option. I am the one and only Mr. CeeLo, and I have a smile on my face. Do you guys want to know why? Because if any of you don't know, I called the upset of Prime last week at the hands of a football team that arguably should be playing for the Big 12 championship game. But they did not perform up to their ability, so they, instead of becoming that, they will go down in history anyway as the first team in college football history, or FBS if you will, to beat 3 ranked opponents in the same season, but in their case, back to back to back. Now, I really got tired. Now, on the same day in which Indiana fell to Ohio State Buckeyes on the road in the horseshoe, I really have listened to a bunch of individuals talk at nonsense about Indiana doesn't belong. Look, I'm going to say it just like this. If a team is undefeated, if they go through a full season and they win, I mean, the thing is, as you mount those wins, yeah, you're getting momentum. But other teams are already circling you on the calendar. Now, the reason why I got a problem with the Colorado Buffaloes, they lost 2 games and they ain't beat nobody. And you're already saying that they belong. No, they don't. And the Kansas Jayhawks proved it today with, and guys, I'm going to say it just like this. I still stand by my whole belief that you're supposed to win at home. That doesn't change. I'm going to stand by that. But unfortunately for Deion and the Colorado Buffaloes, they were unable to take out arguably the hottest team in college football at this point, in the Kansas Jayhawks, as the Jayhawks are now looking to become bowl eligible after a horrendous start, as they pretty much dismantled the Colorado Buffaloes 37-21. And could have put another touchdown up there. Ryan Day, you need to learn some class. You need to take a page out of Kansas's book. Yeah. Because that touchdown you put on the board, and then you had the nerve to say, put it out of reach, or make a statement as you put it, that's garbage. You run the clock out. That is another reason I have an issue with Ryan Day. Because if somebody would have did it to him, he would have took exception. But let's talk about Deion and Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. You know, my biggest issue is, listen, Travis Hunter's a good player, but I'm tired of the whole he plays both sides of the ball. He's playing both sides of the ball on a team that is not as good as people want them to be. He wasn't even the best player on the field. Devin Neal was the best player on the field. 37 carries, 207 yards, 3 touchdowns. Oh, hold on. 4 grabs, 80 yards, and a touchdown. For a grand total of 287 yards and four touchdowns. Now, why do I sound like a Deion hater? I'm not a Deion hater. I'm just, you got to be good at something to be hated on. And the thing is, he's got too much lip for a team and a coach that's mediocre. I mean, we sit here and we, as analysts or other analysts, talk about Indiana's schedule being soft. It ain't no more softer than Colorado's has been. No more soft. Just saying. But the question comes in, and this is where this gets really tough. Kansas ran for 331 yards on the ground. I don't even know why the Kansas Jayhawks even attempted to run the football. I really don't. There were a couple of good throws out there, but I'm going to tell you. Jalen Daniels should have ran the football. Look at it, 6 carries, 72 yards. It wasn't until late in the second half before they started trying to run the football with Daniels. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? But I got to give this Kansas Jayhawk defense some love because it looked like when Colorado scored at the beginning when they scored in the second quarter and made this a game, and it, to me, was just a huge deal when they were able to get that done, because ultimately what they were able to do was to slow the pace of the game down. And the way this works is when you can run the football, control the pace of the game. And I remember hearing one of the analysts say they needed more possessions. The more possessions this game gets, this favors Colorado. And I also remember hearing that if they can control the pace and run this clock down, it's huge. It's huge for the Kansas Jayhawks because they're able to hang on to the ball, and it's reflected in the stats, guys. And it is time for Mr. CeeLo's formula for the upset, as we are going to take a look. Just absolute domination. Look at this. 29-15 on first downs. Total yards. This is usually one that's very telling. 520 to 308 in favor Jayhawks. No turnovers in this game, but oh my goodness. 40-20 time of possession. Very difficult to win a football game when you are not on the football field. Absolutely impossible to win a football game when you don't have football. Now, I'm going to tell you, people are saying that Colorado, back up. Deion's saying we coming. Where you going? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. You're lucky that Oklahoma, Texas are still not in this conference anymore. Texas A&M are not in this conference. I mean, you running into a conference now where the teams that like to run the football aren't even here anymore. You got to get that fixed. If Deion really wants to show me something, he needs to man up. And that has been my whole problem with the whole Deion Sanders fiasco. He doesn't man up and say the things he needs to say when he loses. He sits there and he says, we coming, we this, we that. And then when he finally gets his butt whooped, it's we just got some things we gotta clean up. We gotta do this. Look, you ain't got it. Your coordinators are doing a good enough job of what they have. The question I have for you is, when are you going to stop running your mouth acting like that you are on a level that you are not? You are not there, and you probably won't get there. You were a product of your schedule. If you had 8 more Kansases or 8 more Nebraskas, you'd be in the same spot you are right now. You arguably have the 2 best players in the conference. Arguably, because Neal had something to say about that today. I'm just saying. And this fact that you can't run the football is absolutely indicative of where you are. For all those that watch my show, and if you think I'm a hater, there's no hating. You got to do something to hate. Alabama could have been hated on. USC years ago could have been hated on. You got people that hate on Notre Dame because of its tradition. That's hating. Deion won what? 8 games? But then you get mad at Tennessee. You want to say Indiana wins 10 straight. That don't mean nothing. Nobody questions the strength of Deion's schedule, but you question the strength of Indiana's. How that work? How that work? If Deion would have been 9-0 and they would have asked me, oh, was that impressive? Once you get past 6-0, it does get impressive. Because every single week you win, a team is looking at you saying, we going to be famous because of that. We get a chance to be famous. But the Colorado Buffaloes fall. Travis Hunter does his little Heisman pose, but it's not for very long. As I said, Shadur Sanders goes 23 of 29, 266, 3 touchdowns, and they only run for 42 yards. Not good. Travis Hunter has 8 grabs, 125, and 2 touchdowns. Hunter has 7 total tackles and got away with a couple of illegal contacts. The reason why I bring that up is because there was a couple of times that the Kansas Jayhawks defenders got called for a holding or illegal contact, and Hunter did the same thing. Just wanted to bring that up. Anyway, once again, Kansas 37, Colorado 21, and inevitably ending what seemed to be an opportunity for the Buffs to have a shot at the Big 12 championship, as now they have 2 losses, as Arizona was able to pull off a big win. Iowa State has 2 losses now. So it's going to be up in the air as to who is going to take this game, or take this, who's going to be participating in that Big 12 title game now. But let me know what you think in the comments. Hit me up down in the comments. If you don't like it, hey, tough. Hit me up on the Facebook at Gridiron Gab Triple Option. Let me know what you thought about Kansas and Devin Neal's 4-touchdown game. Also, go to my Instagram at Mr. CeeLo. Tell me what you think about the things that we're doing and how we can make things better. What's up, Brad? But until the next time, same Gab channel, same Gab platform.